And we are back live from Fridley, Minnesota for the men's quarterfinal doubles championship here at the United States Handball Association's four-wall
0-0
tournament with Nelson Quintero as the referee and Sean Lenning serving.
Nice start there for Lake Forest student Isaac Acosta. This is actually Team Lake Forest in the server's box right now, Dave. Chris Roberts, a graduate of Lake Forest. His partner, Isaac Acosta, a junior at Lake Forest College. They're taking on two of the top 8 pros in the world, including the hottest player right now in pro handball, Sean Lenning, who we'll see in tomorrow's singles final, teaming up with the comeback heartbreak kid, Armando Ortiz. And you see that Armando actually on the left here. Sean will use this match as an opportunity to rest a little bit. You won't see Sean exerting himself too much here. And there's Chris with a bad air. Right now, there's a lot of high-fiving going on between Team Lake Forest, but I predict that that'll come to an end very soon here. And by very soon, I mean
second serve
in about 15 points, which will take about 4 minutes. And that's what Mondo will do, Dave. He makes those and he looks incredible, and he misses them, and you ask, why would you try that kind of shot?
Second serve.
It's just his game.
Almost spun himself out of his shoes. Second serve, 1-0.
Foot
Isaac
fault,
Acosta. Backline foot fault.
Second serve, backline foot fault.
I'd like to see a replay on that going prior to the serve.
Nelson called a few of those on Isaac in his first round match against David Chapman.
That ball was short, by the way.
Look at those hands from Sean. He'll just plant himself up there right around that foot fault line. His reflexes are so good.
Let's watch this really quickly on this replay. Watch the back foot of Isaac Acosta. He steps back.
Second man.
You see,
the referee's going to call a foot fault on the back foot.
Over the line now. He must be on the other side of the line right there.
Right here he's fine. Maybe that left foot touched it. That's such a petty call. I mean, does it give the player an advantage to cross back over on their left foot?
Well, it's not really a matter of having an advantage. It is a rule. It's not a rule I've ever seen enforced.
Yeah, but the very next serve, Sean Lenning hit a short ball that was 4 inches short, not called by the ref.
Those two are not related.
2 serves 1.
Both judgment calls.
Short ball. Second serve.
Chris Roberts having a little trouble getting out of the gate here. Dave, he looks a little bit overwhelmed by the power. And as you know, Dave, if you're not used to seeing the ball hit at these speeds, as Chris Roberts is not, it can be very daunting and overwhelming.
Look at this picture of Sean Lenning on the right side with his arms crossed. That kind of tells you how much effort Sean's wanting to put into this match here. Watch Sean Lenning.
I'm not seeing as much high-fiving from Team Lake Forest as I was earlier. And now it's Armando Ortiz just steamrolling here. Mr. Vincent.
Sean Lenning decided to uncover his arms and come out and paddle that for a kill and a point.
7 serves 1.
7 serves 1.
Our head disciplinarian, Tom Sobe, walking around the grounds, Dave, making sure no one raises their voice in the court.
Score here is 1-7. Chris Roberts serving, over 50 years of age.
Tom, the enforcer Sove. He will enforce technicals and suspensions. He says he's not happy to do it, but you can judge for yourself.
1 serve 7.
1 serve 7.
Even gave us a look in the booth, Dave, to make sure that we weren't raising our voice.
We have a strict golfer's announcer tone here in the booth when Tom stops by.
We did receive clearance, though, Dave. If the score is tied at 8 in the tiebreaker and beyond, we are allowed to elevate our voices just a little bit.
7 serves 2.
So it's nice to have that leeway.
One time I raised my voice a little early in the match, and he gave me a microphone from the 1950s
8 serves 2.
as punishment. Had to deal with that for the remainder of the match. That's how Tom punishes.
Thought you called one of your best matches with that
9 serves
1950 microphone.
I had to improvise with what I had to work with.
And now it's Chris Roberts hitting the deck. And no, it's not a cruise ship.
10 serves 2.
10 serves 2.
Thought you'd pick me up there, but you didn't.
Oddly, I had nothing to say. This is a huge setup for Sean Lenning.
And somehow Armando hitting that ball right back to Isaac Acosta and then shanking a left-handed huge back wall setup. That was actually a Tyree shot that Sean Lenning hit the front wall as hard as he could and high as he could, hitting way high off the back wall, putting Chris Roberts in a very difficult position there. Even when you think Armando's in a position where he has to hit the ball to the ceiling, he still won't. He'll still go for the kill.
Eleven serves 2.
Score is 11-2.
Isaac Acosta, Dave, grew up playing one wall in New York City. He's only been playing four wall about 2 years, but
12 serves 2.
he was a collegiate All-American this year, Dave, and I know you were proud to hand him that award at the WPH USHA Collegiate Banquet held in Tempe, Arizona. I don't know if we have word as of yet where the next Collegiate Nationals will be played.
No, but I think I know.
Okay.
And I'm afraid that if I say it, it's not public knowledge yet, but I believe they're going to go to Mo State, playing Springfield, Missouri.
Serves 2.
That's the U of handball, and I predicted a 15-0 run here from Sean Lang and Armando Ortiz, and clearly I don't know what I'm talking about. It's 14-2.
15 serves 2.
Actually 15, so I didn't factor in
The 2.
Sean Lenning hands, arms crossed during rallies as much as I should have.
Well, 16-2 almost is the same thing as 15-0.
No, not when you're a
16
perfectionist.
serves 2.
That's true. That ball almost hits a crack, but it did something worse. It actually popped back in.
17 serves 2.
17-2. Armando Ortiz serving to Chris Roberts, who has to use his offhand, which is his right hand. And if you're just going to flip a ball back to the front wall in front of Sean Lenning,
18 serves 2.
well, he's standing 5 feet from the front wall. That's not going to be a good result. Look at these aces from
19
Armando
serves 2.
Ortiz. 19-2 now is the score.
Short.
Sean Lenning telling me he played Armando in LA a month ago, and his serves were like kill shots because they are just unreturnable at times. And here's a big setup.
Chris is going to use that powerful left of his, flip that ball back. Armando just goes for the bottom board, doesn't he?
That ball hitting Isaac on the way back.
Game point serves 2.
20 serves 2. Armando Ortiz serving to take a 5-minute timeout.
And gets it.
And there it is. That's the end of game number 1, with Sean Lenning and Armando Ortiz defeating Chris Roberts, brother of Executive Director Vern Roberts of the USHA, and Isaac Acosta. Score 21-2. From your very first call to the final cleanup, the experts quickly restore your property and put your life right back into order. One call is all it takes. The pros are on the way 24 hours a day at restpro.com. A huge supporter of the live webcast, restoration professionals. You often think, you see it on the news. Recently here locally, there was a lightning strike that hit a house and set the house ablaze, but the house isn't completely demolished. It is refurbishable. Who's going to clean up that mess when the fire department comes in, shoots that water all over your house, that smoke, that resin that's in your house? Well, that's what restoration professionals do. And they don't do it just here in the Twin Cities area. They do it all over the United States and in North America. Restoration professionals. Check them out at respro.com. Supporters of the live webcast. We have a lot of those supporters. First Star Sports, who is giving us the instant replays and the scoreboards. I want to thank them. Also, Rodney Fink, attorney at law, thanking him for how he has helped us out in the webcast booth. He's been there since day number one as a major benefactor and donator and supporter and advertiser with the WPH. Also,
actually the official smoothie king of the webcast booth. He's filled us up with fruit smoothies and protein shakes to keep us fit and strong, Dave, during these long days in the booth.
Always reaching into his pocket to help the WPH team. And of course, we want to thank Zions. They have been the company that is powering our instant replay this weekend. Zions is the leader in sports energy drinks. Zions.com, the official sports drink of the UFC. They reach over 100 million customers worldwide with their UFC and energy brand coverage and their marketing. I want to thank them for their support.
We're happy to be joined now by Tom the Enforcer Sove. Tom, they call you the Enforcer because you're parading around the grounds here, making sure that everyone's on their best behavior and all the matches are running smoothly. How do you think everything is going here this week?
This is going great. People here are terrific. You know, the Minnesota Handball Association guys, the volunteers they really come out in force, and they're terrific.
Have you had to use that hammer that you carry around yet this week, Tom? I know that most of the players have been on their best behavior, but certainly this is an emotional game.
Yeah.
I don't know if you had to bring the hammer down yet or not.
Just once.
Okay.
And it was no problem.
Okay. So we're not getting much details about that hammer drop. Not right now. The USHA board will keep that under wraps.
Yeah.
Well, the hammer comes in if someone is unruly inside the court, and clearly the enforcer, not at peace right now to divulge that name. But Tom, we want to thank you.
It was first aid, Dave, and it was no problem.
Okay, first aid. So it wasn't actually a disciplinary problem there for Tom. But Tom, we want to thank you for all the work that you do, not only here at this event, but throughout the year, helping handball and growing the sport. I know that you're very passionate about handball. You live up there in the Northern California area, and we're going to be seeing you there during the Race for 8. We've got a couple events there in California in the 2011-2012 season, and we'll certainly look forward to seeing you and all the help and support that you bring to the game. So we're going to jump back in here for game number 2. Tom, thank you very much for your time.
David, I always like to see you, and David Vincent, you too.
Not to be mean, but I don't like when Tom has to see me because he carries that hammer, Tom Sove, the enforcer.
When he has to talk to you, it's not because he wants to go out to dinner and pick up the check.
You have become close friends with Tom since he is the enforcer. You're the one the enforcee. You have a quick line on that little red phone in your hotel room.
I know when that red light's beeping on my phone that it's not good.
This game right here starting at 6 o'clock Central. Just make a note of it.
1-0.
That's the most movement Sean's had to do so far this whole match. Ortiz and Sean playing an I formation right now. See Sean taking a really ultra easy in there right now as he prepares for his finals with David Chapman tomorrow. Dave Chapman also saying he's going to take it ultra easy with Emmett Peixote on a court going on right now.
Emmett Peixote actually dropping out of the top 20 in the rankings by virtue of his loss in the first round here. Dave Vincent, Emmett Peixote's been ranked as high as #1. He's been inside the top 5 for just about 6 years. And this will be uncharted territory. He'll be back in the qualifiers, Dave Vincent.
That ball looked short. It was called screen.
We'll be seeing Emmett be playing on Thursdays at the upcoming race for 8. That's when the qualifiers will be arriving and battling.
Unless the team picks him as a wild card.
Well,
you never know.
I'd be surprised if the team did. Now, obviously, I'm not holed up in that bunker at the WPH headquarters, but Emmett did lose to Dan the Hand Armijo here, and really his only Pro Tour start in the last year. I don't see how that justifies a wild card pick.
5-0.
Score is 5-0.
Emmett with as many singles wins, Dave, in pro handball over the last 12 months as you.
6-0. Second man. 6-0.
For those unfamiliar with the qualifying process in the race for 8, Dave, we'll invite the top pros. We'll have a qualifier spot, and we have the option for a wild card pick, much like Wimbledon can invite wild cards, or a PGA Tour event has a sponsor invite. If we think there's someone out there, Dave, that's not ranked in the top 8 that we think would be competitive and enhance our draw, we can use that wild card pick. It's kind of like a joker in the deck. The first pro event, Dave, of this season was the Tucson HBC2. We invited Marcos Chavez. He came in and upset Luis Moreno, nearly took down Sean Lenning, who won the event. So clearly the wild card committee is on to something, Dave. I'd say they're 1 for 1 with that choice.
1-7.
There's a good serve right there from Chris Roberts, who pounds that one down the left wall, and you saw a nice little wrinkle on it. Chris has one of the prominent hook serves in the game of handball. The score here is 7-1. You're watching game number 2 between Armando Ortiz and Sean Lenning.
7-1.
And Isaac Acosta and Chris Roberts. This is the men's quarterfinals.
Replay. Seven serves 1.
Score is 7-1.
There's a very large group, Dave, at the Lifetime Cafe, which is some of the best food I've ever had, Dave, but they've got a giant screen television out there at the cafe, and there's a large group of people, handball players and non-handball players alike, enjoying the action, also the commentary.
And we want to say hello to those folks. We had a beautiful dive re-kill from Armando Ortiz that showed up really well on that flat screen TV. You see that Isaac went over to the left. Chris is left-handed, but he's letting Isaac play the left now.
Ooh. And that hitting Sean Lenning right in the side of the head.
Sean actually saw that going. Let's look at the replay of that. Sean saw it coming and he spun. And of course Armando has to come over and tell Isaac it's okay.
I don't know if I want to see this replay.
Watch how quick Sean's reflexes
painful.
are. That looked
serves
serious.
one.
See how fast Sean's reflexes were, though? That ball's coming out like a bullet.
That's not what you want there if you're Sean Lenning preparing for a singles final tomorrow, is to take a
9 serves 1.
There's Jimmy London. He knows exactly where our cameras are at all times.
The camera loves him. He loves it right back.
Nine serves 1. Skip. One serves 9.
Looked to me, Dave, like Armando was having words with Isaac when Isaac hit Sean in the head.
Yeah, but they shook hands.
Well, I think they
Came to a mutual
They
understanding.
hugged it out, but I think there was a little bit of contention there on Armando's part. Hey, what are you doing there, pal? You know, you're firing away at my partner's head. What kind of shot are you even attempting there? You have to wonder.
Well, we knew something was up when we saw the enforcer, Tom Sove, run to the show court. He thought there was going to be some enforcing, but he dropped his hammer, and by the time he got there, he saw the bro hug. It's 9-1 score here, game number 2, after Sean Lenning and Armando Ortiz defeat Chris Roberts and Isaac Acosta 21-2 in the first game. 9-1 here.
Armando's one of these guys, Dave, that's just as involved in the big ball 3-wall community as he is in the small ball 4-wall community. He's one of the top players in both, although
2 serves 9.
the players in Southern California will never give anyone credit.
Well, you know, last weekend, Isaac Acosta won the USHA one-wall collegiate big ball championship. I'm not sure if you're aware of that.
That's an insult. Of course I'm aware of that. He also lost in the semifinals of the small ball division there to Ariel Garcia, who went on to win the tournament. So am I aware of it? Yes.
Okay. That was a strange bounce at the back wall. Dive. Ortiz stays down. Another kill
And
right
now
there.
it's Chris Roberts. Re-diving and re-killing.
Sorry about the insult. You see the score. Let's just look at the replay here, brought to you by Tucson Rolling Shutters. That was a nice cutoff from Isaac. Sean was playing back, out of position.
That's a ball Sean picks up and re-kills in the semifinals.
3 serves 9. Armando seems to have that dump shot when he's playing in doubles, but not when he's in singles. He tries to do it in singles and he misses it.
9 serves 3.
9 serves 3. Look
Beautiful wrinkle there. I've never seen anyone having more fun while losing than Isaac Acosta. He never takes that smile off his face. I guess that's a good thing.
Well, you've never smiled, so. Here's a huge setup for Mondo.
Mondo hits the ball so hard that it just catches Isaac's thumb, but has enough pace on it to jump all the way to the front wall.
10 serves 3.
10 serves 3, second game. First one went to Mondo and Lenning, 21-2.
Isaac misplaying that reverse down the left.
Eleven serves 3.
Look at that shot from Sean. Sean pins himself on the right side wall and comes over top of the ball with his left. Kills
12
it
serves 3.
left corner.
Thirteen serves 3. Short. Second serve.
13-3, second serve.
Beautiful shot from Armando. Such a difficult shot. Armando makes it look easy.
14 serves 3.
Very much like you filling up your third plate at the buffet, Dave. Just makes it look so easy.
I fill them up all at the same time.
And that was payback time. That's when your star player gets beaned, Dave, in baseball, you come back out the next inning and you throw at their star player.
Well, what was interesting while you looked away from the monitor is Isaac approached Armando Ortiz, and Armando refused to look back at him. So they're having words here.
15 serves 3.
Armando's getting focused.
There have been some bent clearing brawls in handball, and it's all part of the game. Certainly you'll be hearing from the enforcer, though, upon the conclusion of it.
I've played against
3 serves 15.
Armando, so have you.
Hold
And
it. Sorry.
he is very difficult to play. He
3 serves 15.
seems to put the clamps down. It's a very rough customer in there.
That's true. Armando told me yesterday that 3-wall big ball is very much a street game with a street mentality, and like I mentioned, he's part of that community, and he brings some of that to the 4-wall court, and you know, catches a lot of 4-wall players off guard because he does have some gamesmanship.
Second serve.
He's very intense, and he's not backing down.
Yeah, he's not afraid to tell you whatever is on his mind, or now he's going to say something to Isaac here.
Armando actually telling me, Dave, last night after a few drinks that, remember that match back in 2008 that we played when I said something in your backswing and then told the referee, what? Well, I did say something.
Oh, he finally admitted it.
He admitted
from
it.
3 years ago.
That's right.
In Washington, in fact.
I said, well, I think you owe me some money then. In that case, I really appreciate it.
Or at least buy the dinner or something.
Side out.
I do remember that call. Referee was Chris Tico, I believe.
That's true. Chris
Don't-
Tico was about 9 beers in,
15
so he
serves 4.
didn't really know what was going on up there in the cat seat.
15 serves 4.
Not a good shot there from Isaac.
Sixteen serves 4.
Beautiful reverse from Sean. Isaac totally misreading.
17 serves 4.
This will be the last match that we webcast today, and then tomorrow we come right back in bright and early for the women's semifinals at 10 o'clock in the morning, followed by the men's singles finals.
That will be
17
Jenny
serves
Schmidt
4.
taking on Maria Daly at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, and then it'll be the men's final.
Followed by a junior clinic, I believe, that you will be conducting here on the live webcast.
4 serves 17. Short.
And we're going to take a break for a few hours, but we'll post the schedule on our main website so you can see it tomorrow.
Second serve.
I have a 40 semifinal match going on at about 12:30 tomorrow.
We'll see if we can get the cameras over there.
Need to get the wide angle lens. 17-4 is the score, 17-4. Chris and
4 serves 17.
Isaac have doubled the score from last
Short.
game.
Second serve.
Can take a lot of positive out of that. So a big weekend here on the webcast. Dave, we've got the best
17
of the
serves
best, both men's and women's competing. Unfortunately, Dave, the bottom women's semi singles will not be on. We will not have an opportunity to
18 serves
watch
4.
Fiona Shannon taking on Megan Mihalos in a match that I would personally love to see, Dave.
I'd love to see that as well.
Perhaps they will be playing on the adjacent court.
And we can toggle.
And that would be
Let me just check out the
19 serves
times.
wonderful.
I will check out the times, and I'll let you know if that's even a possibility.
As long as you don't close that Facebook window out. Now you're working on that status update.
Actually, the men's finals
19
and
serves
the
4.
bottom bracket women's semifinals are at the same time.
Short ball.
My prediction is we won't be doing any toggling.
Probably not.
Second serve.
So disappointing. Just so many matches, Dave, and just not enough time in the day to put them all on the center court.
Well, in golf, they catch all of the players around the course, and yet we don't. Maybe in a few years we'll have high-def cameras
Match point serves 4.
on all of the courts. Toggle over. Here it is. Match point serves 4, and there it is. Sean Lenning and Armando Ortiz defeat Chris Roberts and Isaac Acosta 21-2, 21-4.
It's actually Team Lake Forest, Isaac Acosta and Chris Roberts covering the spread here in this match. The over-under was 5 combined points in 2 games, and they crossed that threshold.
Want to thank Zions, the official sponsor of the WPH Live Webcast Scoreboard, makers of Zenergy, the official energy drink of the UFC Championship bouts that you watch on TV and pay-per-view. Zions.com. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/Zions. And Twitter, you can follow them at Zions and the / after twitter.com. Also want to thank the ICHA. On July 9th, the Intercity Handball Association hosts the Play Handball for a Cure Mayor's Cup Handball Championship to raise money for leukemia, lymphoma, cancer research. If you want to help save lives, donate online by clicking Donate Now. It's at ICHA.org. They've done a lot of stuff, a lot of positives for the inner city handball in New York and even places beyond. If you really do care about getting kids onto a handball court, consider making a donation to Paul Williams and his efforts and all of the volunteers and benefactors of the ICHA, the Inner City Handball Association. Donate now at ICHA.org. We're going to wrap it up for today. Say goodbye. But we'll be back tomorrow, 10 o'clock. Women's semifinals, upper bracket, Pro Division. Dave, anything you'd like to add before we go?
It was a tremendous day of handball today, Dave. We saw a couple really exciting and dramatic conclusions, including the Dave Chapman win over Nadi Alvarado Jr. Dave advancing to his 3rd consecutive USHA National 4-wall final. He's lost in the final of the last 2. Nadi Alvarado Jr. will have to wait at least another year, Dave, to try and pick up his USHA National Championship. And we also saw Tommy Little and Danny Armijo going down 11-9 to the great champions from the Pacific Northwest Multnomah Athletic Club, Aaron Garner and Matt Steele, in a slight upset. And tomorrow, Dave, we've got some incredible handball action. We've got the top women's players in the draw competing in both singles and doubles, as well as the top men's players. We will be crowning the men's champion tomorrow and setting the stage for the women's singles championship tomorrow as well. So for all of us here, Dave, in the WPH booth, for Dave Fink, Dave Vincent, Fitch Garad, Jeff Kastner, Gene Casamoto Kastner, Rick Hatcher, and the rest of us here from beautiful Fridley, Minnesota, signing off. We'll see you tomorrow morning.
Working and working out takes a lot of energy. That's why I drink Zenergy. Feeling fantastic and looking good has never been easier. Zions, extreme science for your active lifestyle.
For 20 years, the Inner City Handball Association has educated, mentored, and served young people through handball. Young people that participate in the Inner City Handball Association programs have a high graduation rate from high school and continue on to college. Inner City Handball teams are good athletes, good students, and good ambassadors for the sport of handball. We need your help to continue our work. Inner City Handball Association is a registered 501c3 tax-exempt charity. Please donate today. Thank you.